Non-maleficence, the social worker perspective. Social workers' roles are to promote social justice and social change on behalf of their clients and patients. Their first duty is to their client, and in terms of non-maleficence, their goal is to ensure that no harm is coming to the patient through their actions. The social worker should be aware of the ethical decision-making of the clients as well and respect this. In the National Association of Social Worker Code of Ethics, this is essentially a guide to everyday professional conduct of social workers. It gives us principles and standards that must be applied by individuals of good character to make reliable ethical judgments. The duties of the social worker are to maintain confidentiality, informed consent, psychotherapy, counseling, community organization, advocacy, mediation, education, research, among many other duties. Related to non-maleficence, in terms of the social worker's duties, are to challenge social injustice. They need to ensure that what they're doing is causing no harm to the patient, as well as respecting inherent dignity and worth of a person. And this means resolving conflicts between both the client's interests and society's interests. An example found of non-maleficence in social work is this example of a social worker who had a patient who was abused as a child by her father, but she is now an adult, and in confiding to the social worker, the child, well, now adult, she says that she does not want the social worker to report this abuse. And because she's an adult, it's actually up to her whether she wants this abuse to be reported. And from the patient's perspective, you can see that reporting the incident could possibly potentially do her harm. In this case, she might not have been ready to confront her father, or she was afraid of her father's reaction, or she didn't think that the state would adequately protect her were the incident to be reported. And if the social worker did report the abuse, it could potentially have a negative effect on her relationship with the patient, as in losing trust. So there wasn't an actual resolution to this, but it gives you a perspective into the ethical dilemma that a social worker might come across in terms of non-maleficence and doing no harm to the patient.